So I'm here in Santorini, Greece. Never been here before, and it's definitely on my list of one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen in my life. This architecture behind us is, it's not planned, and it creates this unique feeling about it. It's just and put so much character in it. Everybody here is super friendly. And I woke up this morning, just feeling complete delight. I was thinking a little bit about where I was a year ago today, and I was in a pretty bad place. And to make those changes was a big struggle to get my mindset in the right place and be able to change what I was doing and who I was around. And I would have never guessed I would be feeling this remarkably better now. And every day it seems like such a blessing, where just a year ago it seemed like there was a lot of work to do, and when I tried to make changes, it's very difficult to do. And I think that I've come this far in not only the things that I'm doing, how I'm managing in a year seemed impossible. So what's really nice is now it's kind of the point where every day I don't think it's going to get any better tomorrow because it's so good. But I'm excited for the possibility that it's going to get better, and it seems like it just becomes more and more amazing each day because of these changes that I have made. And one of the big changes, before I tell you the change, I'm just going to give you a view of this. So if this wall that's I'm facing right now, this wall wasn't here, it's very much like what you see here behind me. There's a really cool gondola that takes you up down the side of the mountain. See if we can get that in there. And this whole view of the Mediterranean behind me, this is actually a volcano that collapsed on itself. So that's the caldera of the volcano. And there's rumors and thoughts that maybe Atlantis was in here somewhere when this erupted at one point. It got buried. If you want to get the real history on it, there's tons of documentaries, and they can explain it a lot better than me. But I'm going to talk to you more about what I really do know. And what I know is that change at first comes very slow, and then it can become very rapid. It gets to a point where it's just like, wow, I'm surrounded by infinite moments. So one of the main things that I had to change in my outlook, and I'm going to move just a little bit, take away the view, I'm sorry, so you can get a better view with a little less wind. One of the main things that I realized that I needed to change was what I was accepting from the universe, what I was accepting as okay. I got food and it was not prepared to my liking. I would just eat it. I didn't care at a restaurant. If somebody told me I needed to do something, I would take the instructions carte blanche and try to make it happen. All good intentions, not because I didn't feel like I could stand up for myself, but just because, you know what, I'm not going to make this person's life more difficult. Or maybe, you know what, I'm going to try to make the motocross track or whatever I was doing, I'm going to try to make it a little bit better for them. But what really ended up happening was I started sacrificing what was important to me as a result. And I wasn't doing the things that I needed to do to get what I wanted, to get the life I wanted. So when I first started giving pushback on these things, I said, you know what, I'm not going to do these things. This isn't in line with who I am. There was so much resistance, not only by me and the patterns that I had developed, but by those people around me, because they were used to me serving them or trying to serve them the best I could consistently over and over again. And as I started demanding more from them, demanding more from the universe, demanding more from myself, to say, you know what, this is my life, and I get to choose what I want to experience. I was born to live this life. And the more I started to realize that, and the more I started to act on it, at first, it was really, really difficult. I mean, people around me were used to me being where I was and me just taking care of them all the time. And there was a lot of pushback, and it was very difficult. So I had to start to expect more out of everybody else around me, expect more no matter where I went, that if I was going to go buy something, I was going to get a better deal and get the best one. If I was going to eat somewhere, my food was going to be made exactly to my liking. If I was going to go to a party, I was going to make new friends. If I was going to do whatever it was, my expectation became higher, and it becomes higher and higher each day. And all you got to do is just chip away at a little bit each day and expect a little bit more. Just do one thing to expect more each day, and slowly this wheel will turn around. Don't fall into what the crowd is saying. Don't fall into the social pressure. You know your truth. You were born to live your life, and things will start to get better. At first, it definitely feels like it's getting worse. You just got to push through that envelope. Now with that, there's a caveat. So if you're not going to accept what 99% of people will accept so that you can get better things in your life, you also got to be willing to do the things that people are not willing to do. So maybe you're not going to accept these things, but you got to also be willing to put yourself out there, to stand up in a crowd, take the criticism, take the heat, get up a little bit earlier, work a little bit harder, work on yourself harder than you work on your job, work on yourself harder than you work on your relationships, work on what you can do to change a situation rather than being the victim or playing the blame game. When somebody starts talking about something you don't want in your life, you need to be able to walk away from it. No matter how much you love that person, you need to be able to say, listen, we have to stop this conversation or I have to leave. If you can do these things consistently, your life will get enormously better. And I still practice this every single day. The more I realize, oh, this is not something I want, okay, let me stop giving attention to it. What's the opposite, or what is it that I do want? Let me demand that. Let me focus on that thing. How do I find it? And even if I get just a little bit closer, if it's a place, I could go an inch closer, or I could book a trip for 6 months out, or whatever it is, I can take a step in that direction. If it's a feeling, well, when was the last time I had that feeling? I mean, always we're chasing things, we want to feel great. So when was the last time I felt like I was on top of the world, and I felt in love? What's one thing I can do with that? I know right now, if I want to feel love, well, all I got to do is make another video for you guys, because it means so much to me. The responses I get and seeing the success that people have after watching these things, the motivation, the excitement that they come back to me with. But I can even do similar things. I can just show a little love to my wife, and I know I'm going to get it back. I can show some love to my friends and family. I know I'm going to get it back. And I'm going to get it back 10, 90% of the time. Sometimes only 2. But the reality is, just give a little bit more. Be willing to get 1% that nobody else is. And you'll get it back. And demand more for yourself. It's really that simple. It's that simple. So I'm gonna go enjoy Santorini. We just got here late last night, and I haven't seen anything yet. We only have one full day here, so I'm gonna get to it. You have a wonderful day, and know that you get what you want. Just demand it. Demand it. It's not all gonna come at once. You don't want it all to come at once. You want it to be a journey. You want to enjoy every step of that journey. So take a few steps, even though it might be pushing yourself. It might be difficult right now. Take a few steps there, and just take a few steps every single day. Take as many steps as you can bear to take. If it's 1, if it's 5, if it's 10, it doesn't matter. Just take the first one. Do it consistently, day after day, and in a few weeks, a few months, or a year, your world can be entirely different. All right, have a great day, and go attack the world. You gotta take that step right now. Don't watch another video. Go take a step in the direction of what you want.